Quick question, what do you guys think about when you think of the number 15? Is it possibly the 15th element on the periodic table in phosphorus? No. What about one of the best dunkers in Vince Carter? Yeah, a few people maybe. What about Bart Starr, one of the Green Bay quarterbacks, not Aaron Rodgers?
Definitely not.
Well, according to a study in 2011 by the National Survey of Student Engagement, full-time college students study on average of 15 hours a week. I'm willing to guess that most of us in this classroom, as well as myself, don't spend this much time studying. But when we are studying, are we being efficient? With the evolution of digital music players, or should I say iPods to be correct in today's society, we see this every day while walking around college, whether it be students reading while listening to music, or even studying while listening to music. As an individual who would rather listen to music while studying, just like many other students, in conjunction with much research, I want to give you guys some tips on to maximize your efficiency while studying, while listening to music. We will look at the benefits of creating a good study environment, as well as doing better in school. And I will tell you guys the best way to do this is through classical music. Some of you may want to listen to Top 40 and artists like Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, Drake, I don't know what you guys listen to. But according to research, you're actually impairing your studying rather than doing any good. You may feel all jolly and ready to dance and sing, but that's not what you should be doing when you want to study. That's why today I'm going to tell you the advantages of listening to lyricless music, especially that classical music, while studying, and persuade each and every one of you to throw on some of this awesome classical music the next time you guys sit down to study, and maybe fully adopt it into your study habits and routines. But let me urge you, don't wait until the night before a big test to see if this is going to work for you or not. So let's save that radio music for the car and for the parties, and see why that classical music is the music of choice when studying. So GPA is the best indicator of an individual that is likely to succeed after college, as stated by a human resources professional in an article in the New York Times. With this being said, is it important that we need to understand the need to do better in school? So in order to do well in school, you need to get good grades. In order to get good grades, you have to study. Well, music can help you study, and most notably classical music. An article posted in the UNCC 49er in 2011 stated that music at 60 beats per minute is required to put the brain in a bright and breezy frame of mind. Most classical music is right around this 60 beats per minute. And in this state, your mind is better at thinking and creativity. What happens is the music activates the right hemisphere of the brain, while the material actually being studied is activating the left hemisphere of the brain. With both hemispheres activated like this, the brain can process information more efficiently. Although achieving a high GPA is the main goal, it is important that we create a study-positive environment and eliminate distractions. The University of Alabama Center for Academic Success, in an article titled "Creating a Good Study Environment," stated that you maximize your learning efficiency when you create this good study environment. So in a study by Larry Rosen that was published in the Psychology Today, he said that students are only able to focus or stay on task an average of 3 minutes at a time. And most of those distractions came from technology. Everybody's checking their phones, checking their Facebooks, tweeting, Instagramming, whatever else you want to do. But that doesn't mean we have to eliminate music. Pace University Center for Academic Excellence actually suggests maybe using music to eliminate those outside sounds that create distractions in your study environment. So why not throw on some classical music? So if you're someone that finds yourself distracted constantly when trying to study, try to put on some of this classical music and reap those benefits that are associated with an efficient study session. So there are many other things that listening to classical music can do for you while studying. According to Stacey Anderson and Gerald Fuller, in their article in the School Psychology Quarterly, the use of classical instrumental music in the background influenced performance in both reading and computation due to heightened mood and arousal. In addition to heightening your mood, classical music also reduces your blood pressure and lessens stress, which allows you to feel good while studying efficiently and doing well on those upcoming exams. And when you do well on your exams, you get a higher GPA. With a higher GPA, you can get into better graduate schools or even better jobs. We see a strong positive relationship between grades and financial success. According to Course Hero in 2011, for every 1.0 increase in GPA, average annual earnings increased by 9%. So doing well in school can also alleviate stress. In an article titled Solutions for Emotional Well-Being by the Institute of Heart Math, reducing stress means improved health, more energy during the day, better night's sleep, and more importantly, better memory. With this improved memory comes better test scores. Creating a good study environment, which includes listening to classical music, allows for this efficient study session. When you eliminate these distractions, you'll spend less time studying while still being comfortable and confident for that upcoming exam. This means no longer the need to pull these all-nighters like this guy here. By eliminating these all-nighters, you get that more sleep. A Huffington Post article in 2012, which cited University of California, Los Angeles researchers, stated that students who skimp out on sleep in order to study actually do worse on their assignments and tests. And also, when you spend less time studying by studying efficiently, you have more free time. With this more free time, you can do the things you love. You can travel, you can work out, you can go out with some friends for some drinks, or spend time on your other classes and assignments. So now that we've seen how studying with classical music can help improve your GPA, help you land those better jobs, as well as the other benefits I stated, let's see what it would be like to study with no music, or even with your favorite music if classical isn't already your favorite. So we got Matt back here. Matt thinks studying without music is the way to go. So he's got this upcoming statistics exam. He goes to the library, which is said to be a quiet place. And he finds himself in a little quiet corner, starts studying. But every time that door opens and closes, a book drops on the floor, a pencil hits the table, friends are talking, he loses his train of thought when he's studying, and it puts a speed bump in his study session. Sooner before you know it, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, the librarians are shutting down the library, he hasn't finished his studying, and he gets a C on his exam the next day. Now Nicole, on the other hand, she likes listening to Ryan Seacrest's Top 40. So she has this upcoming economics exam. She goes to the study lounge, brings her iPod, and throws on some Top 40. Blurred Lines comes on. Great song, right?
No.
Wrong, exactly. She goes, damn, this song is overplayed. Then she goes, oh wait, that Beats commercial uses it. Oh, would I look good in some hot pink Beats right now? You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, which way does the supply curve go? I can't remember. And so then she gets back to studying the next song, Selena Gomez. When you're ready, come and get it. No. She goes on Facebook, posts a status about it, texts her friends about it. 3 minutes later, what the heck was she studying? Soon enough, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. She's missing out on her sleep. Gets a D on her exam the next day. So I couldn't imagine spending a whole night missing out on that oh-so-important sleep in the library or study lounge, or anywhere for that fact, filled with distractions, whether it be no music or music that you like. So let me give you some advice on how to implement my classical music strategy into your life. First off, the next time you go to study, go ahead and bring that pair of headphones with you. Open Spotify and put on a classical study music album. They have many to choose from. This is just one I brought up. And if you aren't a fan of that playing classical music, it just bores you, try the Vitamin String Quartet, who often do orchestra versions of hit songs that most of you would recognize. As you can see, they got Thrift Shop, Get Lucky, Radioactives, and they keep up to date with them. And they're lyricless, orchestra versions, so they're not doing any harm to you. And if you don't have Spotify, simply download it, or go to YouTube, which is what I'm doing right now, and download one of their 6-hour-long study session classical music playlists. So once you got this classical music on, hit the books, start your studying, and reap the benefits. So today we've looked at why you need to listen to classical music while studying. I've shown you how everyone listens to music in college. We've seen the advantages of listening to classical music, including better focus and heightened mood and arousal. The importance of doing well in school and having a high GPA, including better graduate schools, post-graduation job and income, as well as less stress. And also we've looked at the advantages of eliminating distractions from studying, which includes the need to pull no more all-nighters, more sleep, and more free time. So the next time you have to study for an upcoming exam, think about your study environment. Don't be the one pulling an all-nighter and doing worse on the exam like this guy. Rather, put on some harmonious classical music, ace your exams, and reap all the correlating benefits associated with listening to classical music during your studies. Lastly, I firmly believe that you will have all taken away more from my speech with this classical music playing in the background than if I had not used it at all. Thank you, and have a great evening.